Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is January 17th, 2025. And our Bitcoin target of 99K got smashed to the upside, and we're now around 105K. Despite that, I'm going to tell you why I'm still bearish on Bitcoin going down much further before it goes up and makes all-time high. I'm also going to talk about what we're finally seeing in altcoins for the first time in 4 years. If that all sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's start off with Bitcoin as per usual on the daily time frame. Here's what I'm seeing, okay? What I'm seeing is this. We are currently at resistance. Okay, this resistance, as you can see, drawn by this conical pattern, is just a 30-day resistance. It's not the end of the world. But what's really significant about where we're at right now is that we are also under this resistance, this almost 70-day resistance, right? The previous support of this channel that we had been in, right? So there are multiple resistances that Bitcoin is currently under. The idea that we're just going to smash through everything and continue seems quite unlikely to me. Furthermore, my trade thesis of Bitcoin going down before it goes up is quite simple. And it really isn't much of a guess. It's based off of a high time frame analysis of this pattern having broken out, needing to be retested, and this pattern that we were just seeing now, this descending broadening wedge, is a 233-day affair. So in addition to that, we also have to contend with this multi-year inverse head and shoulders bullish reversal pattern, right? This 1281-day pattern that needs to be retested before continuation. So I mean, like, look, I understand that nobody knows, okay? And there's no certainty in technical analysis. But insofar as we talk probabilities, I see the move down as highly probabilistic. In addition to those two very important points, right now, where we are right now, trading's over. It's finished. It's Friday night, right? Time of recording is about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, New York time. And we're done. There's no more USDXY, for about 48 hours, okay? So the idea that Bitcoin is somehow magically, with no liquidity from the US dollar currency index, is going to smash through two important resistances and not treat those previous broken resistances back as support is very unlikely to me, okay? And I've had this trade thesis for quite some time. Yes, I did get the idea of 99K being wrong, right? Why did I have 99K as an upside target for Bitcoin in this particular move? Well, it's because this, to me, looked like an impulsive wave. And so I was counting 1, 2, 3 moves up from that, which gives you a target at the point between the 0.5 and 618 of around 99K. Okay, and that would be our zigzag, and then we continue to the downside. But I like to use this every failed call, every failed trade is a learning and teaching moment. If you let it be, you can quit, you can throw your hands up, you can blame market manipulation, you can blame whatever, but in order to get better, we all have to be wrong many times, fall on our faces, and that's just a natural process of learning the markets and understanding just how capricious, just how random the markets can be. So I want to make this point. Look, this looks very much, okay, this looked very much impulsive to me. And subsequent to that, we got 1, 2, 3. Exactly what I thought we would get, okay? And I called this and it was correct. That was our zigzag. And so once I saw this, I was like, oh, repeat, right? That's just a repeat of what we got here. You're doing the same thing, 1, 2, 3. In hindsight, I would have made the same exact call. The only thing I would have done differently is not put so much importance on that 99K figure, which leads me to my next point. It's really important, and I really want to stress, price action over price. Do not in any way be too attached to price targets. Look, in my experience, it's more helpful in your trades, in your trading theses, to pay more attention, put more emphasis on the price action, not the price. A lot of social media saying we're back at 6 figures. That means nothing. How did we get back? For me, this isn't bullish when the bottom is flat like that. That's not pure bullish impulse. That's not at all. This is quintessentially corrective. And let's say, for instance, you did want to break out there. Let's say that did happen. Well, what would have to happen? You would have to come back down to the midline of this channel, retest it, hold support, and then run up. Do you understand? Like, the idea that you're just gonna continue to rally up through resistance, multiple resistances, is not, it's unlikely. And then if you analyze this as an impulse, it's clearly a corrective impulse. It's not, there's no regularity to it. And I talked about that in previous episodes. If you look at this on the smaller time frame, I'm not going to rehash that analysis. It's not a clean, pure impulse. Don't expect it to last. If it's fast, it won't last. That's what we usually say in technical analysis. So what is this? Finally, to round off the Bitcoin analysis, it can be one of two things in my estimation. First, it can be a heinous flat correction where this is your initial break, right? You have somewhere here a flat correction, and then all of this is an ABC to the 786. And I kind of like this. Why? Because if you pull your fibs from here to the bottom of this move, look at where you found resistance. Right at the 786, and we know the minimum retracement for a flat correction is 786. So all of this up and down bullshit was a B wave. We said it was a B wave before, but we thought that B wave was up here, but it was just A, B, C. A big, nasty B wave. B waves tend to be nasty, unpredictable. Just, you know, that's what they do. That's who they are. They mess with everybody. They chop everybody up. It's hard to catch them. So yeah, that's what I think. The other thing it could be is we may have been correct in that this was a zigzag, and then subsequent to that, you got a flat correction and then a counter, and then you get one of these, and then you get your dump. I don't like that as much just because it's too many steps, and I tend to like the simpler analyses. I feel like those are typically the correct ones. But at the end of the day, none of this matters. I'm just kind of going into the weeds, doing an autopsy. Every single time I get a move wrong, I want to see, what did I get wrong? Why did I get it wrong? Would I have done it again? And I would have, but I would have protected myself, reminding myself that that 99K figure is not that important, because the assumption underlying your confidence in 99 is that this is a zigzag that's forming. And, you know, I kind of would have to tell myself, you don't know that this is a zigzag. This could be a flat correction, right? So just keep an open mind. Again, keep an open mind, keep an open mind. That's what I would have told Dean when he made that 99K call. I hope this helps. I mean, look, I share this analysis because it's fun. First and foremost, it's fun. I don't know why it's fun to me, but it's fun. Don't ask me why. Secondly, hopefully it can help other aspiring traders, professional traders, whatever. Sharing ideas is always helpful. When I learn about other people's mistakes, other people's ideas, I grow as well. So that's why I'm sharing this with you. So that's the Bitcoin analysis. I don't see this continuing, right? One, again, because we're at this 30-day resistance, and then we have this 70-day resistance, and it's the top of the weekend, meaning you don't expect much at the top of the weekend except sideways and corrective price action. There's no liquidity. And then also we have major targets to the downside. We have massive CME gaps to the downside, so on and so forth. Like, the thesis still stands. The invalidation of my trade thesis at 104K that I was talking about on Twitter was for specifically the call of this being a zigzag, which is neither here nor there. But the main general thesis of my being bearish on Bitcoin in the immediate short term stands. I don't care who's getting inaugurated. I don't care what they think about crypto, what they're lying to you about it, or what they're telling you the truth about it about. It doesn't matter. For me, the chart says what it says, and I'm going to go off of that. Okay? And you do what you like. Good luck. That's all I'll say. All right. Now, the other actually more interesting, more exciting thing, because, you know, some trolls were like, oh, you got wrecked. I actually didn't get wrecked. I wasn't in a Bitcoin short. I called Bitcoin at a certain level to be at resistance. You're assuming I was in a short, but I don't enter shorts like that. I enter shorts late. I don't talk about trading on this channel as much because that's a whole nother thing. Trading is a whole nother thing. People don't understand that. People conflate technical analysis and trading. No, technical analysis is one thing. You could be a good technician of the charts and a shitty trader, or vice versa. Very rarely do you find somebody that's good on the charts and good on trading. For the longest time, I could not make profit trading, even though I would get calls correctly. So trading is a whole nother thing. And I'll just share quickly, one of my techniques for shorting markets is, just like you would do in a long, you wait for good support. You wait for proof of price showing support before going long. Same thing, you wait for proof of price showing weakness or resistance before going short. You don't short a trend. You don't long a downtrend. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's kind of straightforward and obvious, but, you know, when you're talking about shorting, a lot of times people don't think logically because it's counterintuitive. But that's what I would do. This is why I always short late. I wait for price to show me weakness. Show me weakness, show me weakness, show me weakness. And I get in the last possible second generously. I'm more aggressive on my longs than my shorts because my shorts are more challenging in my experience. In any case, yeah, I wasn't short Bitcoin. I was long altcoins. And a lot of people don't even watch the videos apparently because I've been talking about all these altcoins that I was excited about longing for weeks, and those are doing quite well. And so I'm actually more excited about the altcoins being bullish than I am Bitcoin going a little bit above my called target. So why is this? Okay, for the first time in 4 years, Bitcoin is doing that thing again. Or sorry, the cryptocurrency space is doing that thing again. What am I referring to? I'm referring to when Bitcoin dominance goes down. As you can see right here, 4 years ago approximately, right? Approximately 1,400 days ago, 1,358 days ago, we had this downtrend, which gave us an alt season, which gave us altcoins gaining against Bitcoin. It's not something you see every day. About every 4 years, you see that, right? You saw that then. 4 years later, you saw it again. About 4 years later, this is what we're going to see. This is our crypto bull market where altcoins are the engines of wealth creation, right? Bitcoin's not an engine of wealth creation. It's more of a wealth preserver. So on the small time frames, so this is the weekly, if you go on the 4 hourly, what you can see is finally we're getting a breakdown, but you can see it's been a tough go of it. A lot of dilly-dallying, a lot of sideways bullshit, but finally you seem to get a break of all of this drama. And what I did is I took, this is a bearish reversal pattern. It's an M top. It's asymmetric, but it's still an M top. I took the height of this M top. I superimposed it from the side of breakdown. Okay, that gives me my target here. This target, this green line, is confluent with support of Bitcoin dominance here. So that would be support. I would expect Bitcoin dominance, once it hits this level, to go back up, i.e. altcoins go down, Bitcoin goes down less, right? So you would sell out of your altcoin longs, i.e. So that's why I have that alarm down there. So this looks like it's happening, and it looks like it's taking place on the weekends. And I've said this story before, I've told this story before, that I have a strong recollection of an experience of looking at my chart and seeing Ethereum go to, like, I think it was 2,000 or 3,000, I forget what it was, but I see it, I remember it pumping, and I remember it was a Saturday. Remember, I was in this room and I was looking at it. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I saw everything was pumping, like, 30%, 40, and then back down 10%, and then up again 30%, 40%, and then the next day same thing. It was pumping, and it was on a weekend. So I was like, okay, mental note, like, this crypto shit pumps on a weekend, like, but I hadn't seen that in years. We may see that again, okay, judging by what this chart is showing. Again, the breakdown of this bearish reversal pattern yields this target right here, and that target is confluent with previous support in the chart. So that's where I'm selling my altcoins. People ask, hey, where should I sell? Where should I sell? Obviously, everything's to be taken on a case by case, but generally speaking, once the price or the Bitcoin dominance indicator gets down there, it would be a good idea to sell out of your longs. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. And finally, that Bitcoin dominance chart is telling us what? It's telling us that finally Bitcoin is topping out. That's another point of data. Bitcoin is topping out, and altcoins, although Bitcoin is steady or going down, altcoins are going up. As you can see, I've been talking about all of these assets for weeks, and it seems like they weren't moving, but finally they're moving. So Balancer is one of those that I was talking about for the longest time, and you can see here on the daily time frame, it finally moved. I said Balancer I really like. It's on support, and I don't see it going down anymore. I mean, it's as low as it can go, and it started pumping up, and I expect it to get here. That's the target I'm expecting Balancer to reach over the weekend before Bitcoin turns down. And remember, for whatever I got wrong, I did mention, credit to me, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but I have to be, fair to myself, because I'm trust me, trolls, there's nobody that could be harder on me than me. Okay, I'm a trader. You can't say anything that I haven't said worse, or you know what I mean? I've been through. I'm a trader. That's all I'll say. Like, you have to have thick skin to be in this business. I'm a leverage trader. Okay, it's like that meme. Like, first time, like, you guys could say whatever. This is why I respond to all the comments, positive or negative. I don't care. I promise you, I don't care, and I wish everybody success. Can't work that way. It's a zero-sum game, but I don't like to see people lose. That being said, that's my target for Balancer, and I think we do that on this weekend. But yeah, you can see that we have some double-digit gainers, things that are regaining levels like sand, VRA starting to pump, API 3 starting to move, DYDX I talked about a bunch, it's starting to move. I just expect these moves to be done more over the weekend now that Bitcoin is settling, Bitcoin dominance is coming down. So that's what I'm seeing in the market. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe. If you got value, consider buying me a coffee, i.e. tipping me. by way of sending me Litecoin, sending me a Cash App, sending me a Venmo, all at the pinned comment below. And do consider my crypto portfolio consultation and mentorship service. I think it's very useful. It's to position yourself in assets that are going to move in the bull market. Although we're going into a bull market and altcoins are going to run just like they're going to run this weekend, not everything is going to run. So I help you do that. I help you, pick good levels of entry and exit one-on-one with me, 1 to 2 hours per month, 150. Also, to be accessed at that pinned comment below. That's all from me. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.